My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. Every single week, we break down full UFC fight cards. We give you our predictions, our bets, and our fantasy plays. So make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our content. And this video is brought to you by BETU Play to Earn. BETU Play to Earn is the world's first online sports and esports betting game. Check it out now at betuearn.com. That's bet, the letter U, earn.com. And next up at UFC Vegas 50, we've got Sabina Mazo taking on my girl, Miranda Maverick. And I don't know why I said my girl. I'm just a big fan. I love breaking her fights down. I've gotten all of them right.
Awful her last fight.
And she did. And that's the only female fight that I've gotten wrong is that one. So don't let me down twice, Miranda.
Somebody fact check that? Can we get?
I didn't know that was it. So Sean V or Chris V commented that. On the video, the Quick Picks video. And then I was like, oh, crap, look at that. Anyway, Sabina Mazo, 9-3 overall, 3-2 in her last five, coming off a submission loss to Maria Agapova. Miranda Maverick is 9-4 overall, 3-2 in her last five, coming off a pretty one-sided loss to Erin Blanchfield. And Sabina Mazo is a kickboxer who has great kicks. People like to compare her to Lady Crow Cop because of how powerful her kicks are. She does not have power in her hands, though, but definitely has power in her feet. She likes to fight at range and control the distance, and I think that's exactly what she needs to do here, because if she lets Miranda Maverick close, she could be in some trouble, because Miranda Maverick is a technical striker, but she's got forward pressure and solid takedowns. She's very strong, and she uses her strength well. She averages a little more than one takedown per fight with a 66% takedown accuracy, and she's got good takedown defense despite those numbers. And these numbers were a lot better up until her last fight. That loss to Erin Blanchfield definitely screwed her numbers up a little bit. But both these women, they're coming off 2 losses in a row. I think the UFC is trying to figure out who to keep, who to cut, and what they want to do. If you look at the losses, though, they are not the same. Miranda has that loss to Macy Barber, which was nonsense. That was a robbery. She won that fight. So that should not be a loss, and I think even Macy Barber would agree with that. And then that loss to Erin Blanchfield. Yeah, well, she looked very surprised when they announced her as the winner. And then she's got the loss to Erin Blanchfield with, if anything, showed us just how tough she is and how good her submission defense is. I was surprised that Erin did to her what she did, but you know, Erin Blanchfield apparently is the real deal. And Mazo, on the other hand, she's coming off losses to Alexis Davis and Maria Agapova. The Agapova loss has not stood up, to the test of time, as she was outstruck and outgrappled in those fights. I think Miranda Maverick is too strong and has too much forward pressure for Mazo. I see her coming forward with strikes, pressuring in for a takedown, pretty similar to how Alexis beat her. So Maverick is the pick, and this is one of my more confident picks. Jakey boy, what do you think?
I actually think that she's probably the biggest lock on the card. I think the odds you showed on here are plus 270. I think she's ballooned to like a minus 310. I could see this getting to 350 by fight night once people figure out what the hell's going on. Miranda looked bad, obviously, in her last fight. She was very surprised by the wrestling from Blanchfield, but she also survived that matchup. I mean, she was played that tough. She showed her toughness because she was getting dominated, but she was working out of position. She was in a crucifix. I've never seen anyone get out of a crucifix. She was in a crucifix, found a way to get out of that. So she showed her toughness, and I love the girls on bounce back fights after that. You see a lot when they get dominated one fight and the next fight, they just look fantastic. I think Miranda puts on a show. I think if she wants to dominate the wrestling, she definitely can. But if she wants to strike with Mazo, slow feet, slow shots. She is tough and she will move forward. Even if you're putting shots into her, she'll keep moving forward. So maybe Miranda gets tired or something and doesn't beat her up quite as bad in the third round. But I think this is a Miranda Maverick play all the way. I think she's honestly the biggest lock on the card in this matchup. She can win anywhere, and the grappling is probably the easiest path for her.
Yeah, I obviously completely agree. And the takedown average was over 2 takedowns going into her last fight. Her last fight, like I said, screwed up her numbers because Erin Blanchfield just completely outgrappled her, start to finish, just completely outgrappled her. And we'll see how good Erin Blanchfield actually is in the future. I agree. I think Miranda's a lock. I hate to spend $9,400 on her, but there are very few people above $8,800 that I'm very confident in, and Miranda is one of them. So I'm very confident in Miranda, and I'm very confident in... Well, I'm not going to... No spoiler.
Ooh, I can't wait to find out.
And I'm sure everybody else will agree. But anyway, I think I did spend it. I already have a lineup built. I'm pretty sure I already spent the $9,400. Do you think that's a ripoff, or are you going to spend it?
Oh no, I'm spending it for sure. I don't know if she's gonna get a stop. I mean, she probably is alive for a stoppage, like a ground stoppage, like a TKO, maybe a submission or something like that. But yeah, she's gonna be in my lineup for sure.
Yeah, and it's, you just hate spending that much, but it is what it is. And then I do think it's probably 95 is a lot of strikes, but I do think she gets some takedowns in here. So this is either, man, I don't know, because she could be live for a stoppage. I mean, Agapova took care of her. So, what do you think of the Monkey Knife Fight strike line?
Yeah, I don't like that 95 either because if she just dominates for 3 rounds, obviously, but I could see her getting a finish. I'd stay away from it.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens with that Monkey Knife Fight strike line as the week goes on. As you know, those lines move. Money comes in, they go up or down with the money. So there's potential there to balloon up even higher. So you take the less, or it gets bet down, and then you can play the more or be more confident in it. But if you want $50 to play with, go to weonpicks.com/bets. Jump into any one of the 5 partners. Make a deposit with any one of those 5 partners. Then come back. Let me know after you did. I send you $50. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. It is that simple. weonpicks.com/bets.